Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In the past year or so, many fellow owners have been asking, hey, how do you rejuvenate, how do you clean, how do you restore certain rubber and plastic parts from previous projects and videos that I've done around the XK8. In fact, a couple of days ago, a fellow owner, Sven, asked specifically, hey, how did you clean the dust shield when you were rebuilding your front suspension? And when I saw that question, I thought, hey, I actually have footage of that exact cleaning process, footage which I filmed about 6-7 months ago in the spring when I was rebuilding the suspension, but I never used this footage in any of the previous videos. So I thought, let me put this together and hopefully this video can walk you through the entire process and sort of explain what I did here. So this is a dust shield. I'm spraying it with a household sort of dishwashing detergent. This is the Down Power Wash, I think it's called. I like this detergent because it is, well, it's very inexpensive, but it works really well. You see that it's foaming and it is absolutely safe. If it's safe for my skin, I'm sure that it is also safe for any parts on the car. And I've been using this with great success. You can actually see, if you look at my fingers here on my hand where I'm holding, you can see how the dirt is already starting to be broken down and is already falling onto my hands. So it works really well. What I'm doing is I'm soaking the component with this detergent or degreaser. You can use any degreaser that you have. And here I have a little bit of leftover shampoo from me washing the car. So I added that in for some extra moisture, extra liquidity. And I have it in a bag. Now the reason for this is because I don't want to do too much rubbing and scrubbing and so on in terms of manual friction and so on, but rather I just leave it like this. I have it soaking, I leave it in the bag, and the bag ensures that the moisture doesn't evaporate and the part doesn't dry out. So I would leave it like this for half an hour, you can leave it for a day. It will remain wet and it will remain sort of the detergent will continue doing its job while it's in the bag like this. Here you can see how much dirt has just come off into the liquid. Now I will at this point rinse and wash the component and sort of get any additional debris and dirt off of it. And once this rinsing is done, you would notice how things look remarkably different, and already the rubber is starting to look almost like new. Now part of that is an optical illusion in a way because the component is wet. Once the component dries, you will see the real state of things. So let's just follow the footage here and see where we're at. Here I've rinsed it briefly, and as you can see, things do look pretty good. By the way, at this point the car it's a 2001, so the car here is about 23 years old, and it had around 74,000 kilometers in terms of odometer reading. So here you can see how there is still a little bit of debris left on the rubber. You could repeat the process with a degreaser. I didn't think it's necessary, so I went to the next phase. Now the next phase here is I'm using a product which basically restores vinyl, rubber and plastic. It has UV protection. The other thing that's sort of built in here is that it also acts as a cleaner, and I think you'll be able to see that shortly. So I spray the rubber boot with this product. Again, basically just soak it, right? Cover it inside, outside. Don't spare any product here. And again, you can leave it inside a bag with the intention that you want to essentially allow the product to work for a long period of time without it drying out. Here you will notice already, if you pay close attention to the see-through bag, you will notice how dirt is already starting to come off and the bag looks darker. So this product again almost immediately starts working as a cleaner as well, and this is after a while. You can see how dirty the bag is, right? So the product not only is rejuvenating the rubber and restoring it, to making it more flexible, but it's also removing any dirt left over. And keep in mind, by this stage, I haven't really done much work. It's just everything just stays in the bag and the magic happens, right? So this is very easy process. It's not labor intensive or anything like that. Just as long as you have the products and a couple of bags, you're okay. Now here I'll take a clean cloth and start wiping, and this through friction would essentially remove quite a bit of additional dirt. Anything that's left on the surface of the rubber would come off here as well. And I would wipe on the outside, on the inside. By the way, removing the bump stop, which is the orangish part that you see there inside the tube, that was hard to do at the beginning. The two pieces almost felt fused together and I couldn't take off the bump stop. But now that the rubber is already softer and it's almost slippery from the product, from the last product that I used, it is now much easier to remove the bump stop, and you'll see that later in the video how I have taken it off, and then you can clean it additionally separately if you'd like to. So take your time here, just go through all the grooves, all the indentations inside, outside, and this is probably the hardest, if I can call it that, part of the job. Going through these creases. At this point, everything looks good. It's extremely soft. The rubber feels as if it's brand new. Luckily, I don't have any cracks or holes or physical damage. Here you can see how I removed the bump stop. Now the bump stop looks discolored, but that's not a problem. It is clean, it's just discolored. I put it back in, and with that, essentially, the whole process completes. Well, I hope this was helpful. As I always say, best of luck in your projects, and I'll see you again in the next video. Take care.